a few organizations also grow, because keep in mind, when this is happening to the Arab nations, there are other organizations also developing, grassroots organizations also developing, who also have ideas how to revive the Ummah, how to help the Ummah. In Saudi Arabia, we have an amazing group, that actually a fascinating group, which is a mixture of the Ikhwan al-Muslimin and the Salafiyun groups. In the 60s, it grows. It's known as the Islamic Awakening, Al-Sahwah Islamiyyah, a combination. While some of the Ikhwan were being kicked out of Egypt by Nasser, they left Egypt, they left Syria, which was strongholds for the Ikhwan al-Muslimin, and they went to Saudi Arabia, which was just developing its universities at the time and developing its da'wah scene. So they infiltrated Saudi Arabia and became lecturers and teachers in universities such as King Abdulaziz University, al-Qura University, Medina University. So you had Ikhwan al-Muslimin entering these. One of the most prominent one was the brother of Sayyid Qutb, Muhammad Qutb. Yeah, he was a university teacher in Saudi Arabia, and he was introducing his books to these students in Saudi Arabia. So the Sahwa movement was a mix of political Islam, Orthodox Islam, and grassroots Islam, effectively. And it created an environment where it had many prominent scholars and du'at in that era, in that epoch, challenging the old school shuyukh. Bin Baz, for example, Uthaymin, Bin Baz, they would challenge him. Sheikh Safar, seated here, Al-Hawali, was a young sheikh at the time. And the students and the youngsters would look to him. He knows about politics, he knows about the world. And they compared him to Bin Baz, who was old. Bin Baz, who was an older scholar. And they would say, but he knows more than Bin Baz, and he's more ground roots kind of activist level. So he was like, you could say, a firebrand at the time. You had Salman al-Auda, another figurehead in that period, very active. So these scholars at the time were young scholars. And they revived hope in the Ummah that we can do something based on Islam. We can revive the deen, we can revive the systems of Islam. But it was a mixture of Ikhwan al-Muslimin and Salafiyah. And they were very well entrenched in the universities in Saudi Arabia at the time, as teachers, for example, as I said before, translators, and so on and so forth.
شيخ، وأيضا يسمعون أشرطة سلمان فهد العودة وسفر الحوالي، هل ننصحهم بعدم سماع ذلك؟ هل نستطيع أن نسمع الشيخ سلمان العودة وسفر الحوالي شيخ؟
هذه بارك الله فيك، الخير الذي في أشرطتهم موجود في غيرهم.
نعم.
وهم بعض أشرطتهم عليها مؤاخذات.
نعم.
بعض أشرطتهم ما كلها، ولا أقدر أميز بين هذا وهذا.
إذن الشيخ تنصحنا بعدم سماع أشرطتهم؟
لا، أنصحك بأن تسمع أشرطة الشيخ ابن باز.
نعم.
أشرطة الشيخ الألباني.
نعم.
أشرطة العلماء المعروفين بالاعتدال.
نعم.
وعدم الثورة الفكرية.
شيخ، وإذا كان الخلاف في هذه القضية مثلا أنهم يكسرون الحكام ويقولون بأن يوجد جهاد مثلا في الجزائر ويسمعون أشرطة سلمان وسفر الحوالي، هل هذا الخلاف الشيخ خلاف فرعي أم هو خلاف في الأصول الشيخ؟
هذا خلاف عقدي.
نعم.
لأن من أصول السنة والجماعة أن لا يكفر أحد بذنب.
Recently, many of them have been jailed. Recently, the Sahwa era scholars have been jailed in Saudi Arabia as they're considered a dangerous element. They're considered a radicalizing element, so they've been jailed. Both Sheikh Salman and Sheikh Safar are in jail as a result of that. Very powerful movement. Certainly, if you live in the West, you've been affected by them, whether you know it or not. You've been influenced by them, whether you know it or not. In the arguments you have concerning Muslim governments, especially if you're critical of Muslim governments, you've been influenced by them, whether you know it or not. So their social impact is very high. Economically speaking, not very high. Politically, very, very high. They had influence in political formulation, opinion, ideas. For example, 𝗾𝙗𝙗𝗚 al-Utaybi was influenced by them. It was the same epoch. Okay, it was only after he hijacked Mecca in 79 that the movement was crushed. It was crushed. It was too dangerous, too volatile, It was inciting people against the government. So it was crushed officially in 1980. So it really inspired a lot of people. Spirituality, 10, because it's a religious movement. It's Islamic in nature and in cadence. Longevity, 9, because to this very day, there are many people, authors, teachers, du'at, figures who are influenced by this movement. Whether they say it or not, they're influenced by this movement. In how they talk about the Muslim governments, for example, how to revive Islam in this day and age, what we need to do as an ummah. You're influenced by these people, whether you know it or not. So very, very, very influential figures in a movement.
Welcome to Historyun, the world's leading online learning platform specializing in Islamic history. To discover the Historyun mobile app and participate in regular live and interactive seminars and tune in directly from your handset from anywhere in the world. Enjoy instant access to a growing catalog of on-demand streaming content exclusive to the platform, accessible from a variety of devices including desktops, tablets, and cell phones. Connect instantly with our global community of history enthusiasts via our private community forum. To find out more about our online history programs and resources, visit our website today at www.historyun.com.